Welcome back. Let's continue the discussion, shall we? You might not think of the body's limbs as machines, but they are. The act of a muscle pulling on a bone works very much like a simple machine, like a lever. And what a lever does is provides mechanical advantage. So it's an important thing to know about. So we have all of these fulcrums. Typically, Richard Wilson and Murray Spivak would talk about the fulcrum in the hand, and that's a big deal. We also have a fulcrum that is the wrist, and we have a fulcrum that is in the elbow joint and in the shoulder. Well, that must be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 fulcrums that we want to have some knowledge of. So what we're trying to do is take advantage of how the body works. When I turn my wrist, there are a lot of things that have to be in place so that the system operates to its fullest potential. First of all, I do want to know about the fulcrum in the hand. In match grip, palm down, it's the middle finger, first knuckle. In traditional, it's the crotch of the thumb. Now, what we're doing is guiding the stick in the right with the first finger and thumb. Now, the first finger and thumb have to have a relationship with the stick and how the stick lies in the hand. If we over squeeze with the first finger and thumb, it pulls the stick out of the fulcrum. We may as well just play with first finger and thumb. We want the stick to lie in the hand, lie in the fulcrum. Then we come in on the sides to guide it. That doesn't mean that if I'm turning at a maximum height that my first finger and thumb aren't going to be more firm than they are if I'm turning for a pianissimo note. In the left, we have the fulcrum, which is the crotch of the thumb. The thumb lies down, firm, comfortable, constant. And we're simply allowing the stick, again, to lie in the hand. Well, you can actually open up your hand in the left, and the stick just lies there. Not so with the right, of course. So that you see the grips are different, but there are many similarities. We are simply turning our wrists and then what's interesting is we can actually go from singles to doubles and not experience much of a difference. There is a difference, but that difference is very subtle. We go from turning our wrists for one note to turning our wrists for 2 notes in this example. And that means that we need to stay at the surface just a little bit longer to allow time enough for the stick to rock over the fulcrum, middle finger. And then at that point, we bring the stick back to the starting position and start the whole process again. In the left, the same thing is true. We're turning, getting to the surface, and if we're going to play a rebound, we're at the surface just a little longer. The bending of the wrist as we get to the surface affects all of those fulcrums I was talking about. Each of those joints in the fingers is affected by the turning of the wrist. You can experience this yourself with no stick in your hand. As you bend forward, the fingers elongate, and as you bring the wrist back, the fingers contract. The same is true in the left. You've probably heard the left is like the right hand on the side. Well, if we actually follow Murray Spivak's prescription and not just rotate the wrist, and we are rotating, but there's a slight turn involved as well, so that the fingers, again, are affected. Each of those little joints, each of those fulcrums elongates as we bend, and while we're at the surface, a little bit longer for rebounds, the hand is open, allowing the stick to rock over the fulcrum, which in the left is the crotch of the thumb. So there are these similarities in both grips. We simply turn our wrists and allow the system to do its thing. Well, I hope this provides more insight. I do look forward to discussing this further next time. Please visit kevincrabb.com. Thank you.